Greetings, everyone. This is Mr. Perry, your AST 111A instructor. And a few of you had a question about the latest lab assignment. Well, actually, it's the lab assignment from last week, and it's due tomorrow. And that's the assignment on phet.colorado.edu. And when you go to, if you can remember the address, or you just simply go to Google and type in PHET. And this should be the first link that should pop up. So I'm going to click on this link. From there, I'm going to click on Play with Simulations. And zoom in here so I can see that well. Next thing you want to do is click on Physics. Then Motion. Alright. So at the bottom of this page here, it says My Solar System. That's the name of the simulation you're going to be using. And everybody, the thing about these simulations is that you can either click play or you can hit download. I suggest for those of you using your PCs or notebooks, hit download so you can download the file, and then of course you can delete it off your computer later. It's not a permanent download anyway. Not something you have to keep for a long period of time. But in any case, what I'm gonna do is, this is actually Flash. What you should be able to do is hit play, and it should automatically open up. If not, go ahead and hit download, and then once it downloads, then open the file. But anyway, when the file's open, this is what it's going to look like. Let's zoom back out so everybody can see it. And right now I have it on a preset. Let me go back to the original preset. The original preset is Sun and Planet. And actually, for the exercise is posted on Moodle, you're not going to be actually using the presets. I'm just using the presets as an example of how this program works. So let's go ahead and click Start, and where you'll notice that this is supposed to be a typical planet orbiting a star like our sun, is what you're seeing here. And notice how this orbit looks very close to a circle, but it's not really a circle, everybody. It's actually slightly elliptical. And that's to be expected, because that's of course what you have in our solar system. You have, like say, a majority of the planets orbiting, saying the sun, or more or less the center mass of the solar system, where more or less that point is listed near the sun, or is located near the sun rather. And this is what we see here, this planet going around this star. So now, as I said, or you can just go ahead and call it sun. Let's look at another preset. This is sun, planet, and moon. And what happened was, this thing is set to actually trace out the orbits. So everybody, this went up with these very interesting, like saying, shapes. You see here, not only have the moon orbiting the planet, but the moon's also basically orbiting the sun as well. And that's why you end up with this very, very interesting looking orbit for, like saying, for the moon, as it goes around the planet, and as both of them go around the star, or the sun, so to speak. So now again, let me stop that for just a moment. And I'm going to hit the reset. And basically, those questions you guys are given, what it is that they'll give you several of these set of numbers located on the worksheet. And then you want to take those numbers and program the simulation by changing the numbers that you see here on the screen according to the numbers you see on the worksheet. And then after that, you can make observations. So this whole lab is pretty much about observations. And one particular... See, some people had a question about, like saying, escape velocity. This one question you have on the worksheet. Well, let me go ahead and use this thing we call a slingshot. And the slingshot, everybody, is based on the fact that the Apollo 13 astronauts once did a what they called a gravitational assist, or a gravitational slingshot. And what they did was they went around the sun, and by using the sun's, sorry about that, long day. The moon, rather. They went around the moon, and using the moon's gravity, they were able to slingshot themselves back to Earth. So, or rather, they're using the gravity, they're saying using the effect of the moon's gravitational field, they was able to be slung back to Earth. So let me show you what I mean. If you saw that, did everybody see that? You notice how they say again that object is best way I can tell you is that color's like kind of like a bluish green, like almost like a turquoise, if you will. But let's hit the reset. Show that again. But look what happens, everybody. You got this small little satellite going around the planet, and then next thing you know, when it interacts with the planet's gravitational field, it gets slung out far out into space. That's an example of going from what we call a bound orbit, everybody, to what we call an unbound orbit. And essentially, that thing basically ended up going so fast that once it was slung out, it broke out of orbit and went flying off into space. And that's essentially what happens when you have what we call escape velocity. Escape velocity basically means that an object's going so fast that the gravitational attraction cannot slow down the object enough to keep it from, like saying, going from a bound to an unbound orbit. To give you another example of an unbound orbit, let's look at this thing called hyperbolics. And there's two main types of unbound orbits, everybody. There's parabolic and there's hyperbolic. This, of course, is hyperbolic. So, you see what happened was each one of these objects went around the sun, but again, because by using the sun's gravitational field, these things were able to be slung out far out into space. And pretty much these are not not bound orbits; these are unbound orbits. In other words, these things went around the sun once, never to return. So we have a few comets and other objects rather in our solar system this actually just happened to, and supposedly this might be also the reason why we have rogue planets. There are actually this thing called rogue planets, everybody, where these are planets that probably been migrated from their own star systems and are now flying through space. And who knows, they might have undergone, they're saying this unbound, orbit type of trajectory, and that's how they were able to migrate rather from one star system to another. But in any case, if anybody got any more questions about the assignment, feel free to email me, call me, or if you happen to be a student here at LCC attending classes on campus, you can come by my office. So take care, and again, if anybody has questions, feel free to contact me.